Good morning everyone. Today we're going to be looking at subtracting fractions. Yesterday we did adding fractions, today we're going to be subtracting them. So let's have a look at our challenges and just see if we can work through a few examples to help us out today. First up in challenge 1, we simply have to subtract these fractions. So let's look at an example. Question A is 6/8 take away 3/8. Now, as we've been learning this week with the adding fractions yesterday, it's very important that whenever we're doing a sum involving fractions, we keep the denominator, that's the bottom number, the same. So in this case, the denominator is 8, and it stays the same. It's just the numerator that we take away. So we're doing 6 take away 3, which is 3. Our denominator stays the same. It's 8. So the answer is 3/8. An easy way to remember this is to think about pizza. So here we have a pizza which has been cut into 8 slices. Now some of it's already been eaten, so there are 6 slices left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you were to eat 3 of those slices, so we take those away, 1, 2, 3, you're left with 3 slices, or 3 out of 8, 3/8. So it helps you to visualise the sum to help you work it out. Challenge 1 question 2 says write 2 different fraction subtractions for each answer. So let's do one of those. Your first answer there is 3/10. So we have to make up 2 sums which equal 3/10. Now again, remember the denominator stays the same, so we're going to be working in tenths. And we basically have to make up a subtraction sum then which equals 3. So you could do 5/10, take away 2/10. Or you could do 7/10, take away 4/10, for example. In challenge 2, question 1, we have to subtract fractions where the denominator is different. So the same as we've been doing this week in a few of our different fraction activities, we're going to have to make the denominator the same in order to be able to do this. So the first sum says 14/12 take away 3/4. So we look at our denominators. 4 divides into 12, so we can change our quarters into twelfths. So let's do that. Let's change 3/4 into twelfths. And the rule here again is you do the same to the bottom as you do to the top. So 4 times 3 is 12 and 3 times 3 is 9. Now that makes our sum a little easier to do. It's 14/12 take away 9/12. Denominator stays the same. 14 take away 9 is 5, so our answer is 5/12. Challenge 2, question 2. Choose 2 of your answers from question 1 and write them as mixed numbers. Now you can only do this with improper fractions. That's where the top is heavier than the bottom. Top's bigger than the bottom. So again, if you remember our man with the big head and the small body, doesn't look right. That's the way our fraction looks. So if you have something like 13/9, for example, we have 9/9, which is 1 whole, and 4 left over. So 1 and 4/9. So your improper fraction becomes a mixed number. It's a mixture of whole numbers and fractions. And you'll only be able to do that with improper fractions. Challenge 2, question 3 is some problem solving. So let's look at D together. It says my bottle of water contains 1.5 litres. I drink 3/5 of a litre in the morning. What fraction is left? So I'm doing 1.5 take away 3/5. Hopefully you'll be able to spot the problem immediately here, which is that our denominators are different, 2 and 5. So I need to find the lowest common denominator. I'll start with 5, and if I go 5, 10, I know that 10 is a multiple of 2. So I'm going to change my halves and fifths both into tenths. This is easier to do if I change my halves, my 1.5, into an improper fraction. So 1.5 is 1 whole, which is 2 halves, plus the extra 1 half, which means it's 3 halves. Now 3 halves into tenths. So 2 times 5 is 10, so I do the same to the top. 3 times 5 is 15, so 1.5 is the same as 15 tenths. Then I'm going to change my 3/5 into tenths. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 3 times 2 is 6, so 3/5 is the same as 6 tenths. That makes my sum a lot easier to do now. It's 15 tenths. Take away 6 tenths, and the answer is 9 tenths. Challenge 3 is more of the same. So question 1, you're subtracting fractions. Again, just make sure that the denominators are the same before you try to subtract them. And in question 2, you've got a few more problems to solve.